So we're back to the second league of the day, and we just finished up Blue-White Lotus control. Let's spin the wheel and see what we get. Blue-White Spirits. Ooh, Ocean Rain's gonna love this one. So this is Blue-White Spirits. Sometimes it's Mono Blue Spirits, sometimes it's Bant Spirits. The main differences are Mono Blue has better mana, because it's one color, and Bant Spirits lets you play Coco and has worse mana. But we've mostly settled on Blue-White Spirits, where the majority of the deck is still blue, but there are a few white cards. So, obviously, it's an aggro tribal deck that mostly centers around spirit synergies, play a bunch of flying creatures, buff them up, kill your opponent. But more than that, you have counter spells that get cost reduced by having spirits and enchantments. And you also have one of the worst play patterns in the game of going turn 1 guy with flying, turn 2 Curious Obsession, often with counterspell backup. Also slip out the back to protect your guys. Then you have Invasion of Gobakon, Spell Queller to eat stuff, 1 copy of Catilda to be a gigantic thing that can also deal with aggro decks because of the lifelink. Rattle Chains protect stuff and has flash. Spectral Sailor has flash. But that's mostly what the deck's doing. Then you've got a bunch of blue-white lands, 2 copies of Mutavault, 1 Otawara, no Agonjos because you mostly need blue mana. Yeah, again, mostly it's the mono blue variants get to play either more copies of Mutavault or they get to play Faceless Haven because they get to play a bunch of snow-covered islands. So they get better mana since they're never color screwed, and they get to play more man lands. And Bant Spirits, the green's entirely for Coco. But that obviously means you have to play a Bant mana base, which means you can't play any man lands, and you take shock damage, and just your lands overall are worse. Blue-white is what seemingly most people have settled on in terms of where the deck is going to be. Sideboard, then, so even though most of the main deck is blue, you can see most of the sideboard is white. So we've got Portable Hole, Deck and Stone, Destroy Evil for the aggro type stuff that you need to deal with. Another Catilda, Skyclave Apparition, 4 Wedding Announcements for wedding announcement type things. So Kazia's Welcome as a one-off to draw cards, and 1 Aether Gust. Wedding Announcement is stupid good because it not only anthems, but also coupons Geistlight Snare. Yeah, I think the bigger problem there is actually just Geistlight Snare. Like, why does Monolith get to cost 1 mana? All right, we're on the draw in round 1 with Blue-White Spirits. Well, we've got turn 1 Sailor, Curious Obsession, Geistlight Snare, so let the BS commence. Lair Ode to Hydra. All right, this is going to be easy. Shock this in, and I guess it's better to play Mausoleum Wanderer first because it doesn't matter what our opponent does. Back to them. I guess the only way this fails is if they have exactly Pelucranos, Wolf Willow Haven, and no attacks with the Elvish Mystic. All right, so now we just go Curious Obsession, and now we get to just draw an extra card every turn free of charge. Swing, trigger, draw a card with the Curious, then play blue mana. And now we just get to pass with Geistlight Snare up. Another layer tapped. 3 mana. Kiora, counter that. So then they attack us with the elf because they have nothing to do with it. All right, so now I have Lofty Denial open. So let's just go another Mausoleum Wanderer. Trigger this one to grow it. Go to combat. Swing. Opponent takes 3. We get to draw another card free of charge. Play Island. Pass the turn. Passing with Lofty/Spectral Sailor up. 2 mana, Kiora. I'm more interested in countering a Cavalier or Pelucranos, so I think that's fine. That resolves. They only have 2 cards left in their hand anyway, and I doubt they can ever race us with Lair. No attacks with the elf. All right, they're doing nothing here, so let's just flash in Rattle Chains. All right, back to our turn. So let's just keep smacking them. So combat, attack them. I think I actually do grow these. So Spectral Sailor. All right, opponent takes 7, goes to 8, draw with Curious Obsession. Well, a bunch of lands. So let's play Seachrome and then just pass, still holding up Lofty Denial. So they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nykthos is not tapping for anything extra, so they have 9 mana. Kiora, untap that. 4, 5, 6. Storm the Festival, counter that. All right, back to us, it looks like. Geistlight Snare. Very well, go to combat, attack them. We're doing 3, 4, 5, 6 to them, or I can just kill Kiora off. That might be better. Then they just have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana left. They don't get to storm anymore. It makes Geistlight Snare better. Yeah, let's attack everything at Kiora. Obviously, I don't get to draw a card, but that's fine. And then let's play this, and then we get to hold up Spectral to draw a card and Geistlight Snare. Another layer tapped. 3, 4, 5. Cavalier, counter it. All right, yeah, we win. So sideboard, we want Aether Gust. I probably want Skyclave to eat Karn /Kiora Pelucranos. Portable Hole to eat the elves. Deck and Stone. That's it. Catilda doesn't matter. What else? Let's see. They have basically no removal other than they can Karn for stuff. Maybe they put Boat in the main, so we can cut Slip out the back. They also have like Beseiju to Beseiju our Curious Obsession, but that's fine. What else do I not care about? I don't need as many 1-drops. I can cut 1 Spectral Sailor, but then that's still 4 more cards. Maybe I'm supposed to just not bring in Portable Hole and just not care about their elves. I'm not sure. I guess Rattle Chains also effectively doesn't really matter because, again, they probably just don't have targeted removal for the most part. All right, let's run that. All right, we only have 1 land, but it's another Curious Obsession draw. We also have Portable Hole for a turn 1 elf, so keep. Lair of the Hydra, elf. All right, no second land, so shock this in, play Portable Hole. Second land, another elf. All right, so at this point, let's go Wanderer and Portable Hole. And then next turn, we can start Obsessioning in. Third land, Tribute to the World Tree. Whenever a creature enters, draw a card if its power is 3+, otherwise put 2 counters on it. All right. Curious Obsession. I'm 99% sure I'm just going to wind up playing this other Mausoleum Wanderer, so let's just do that now. Combat, swing, trigger, draw a card. All right, I did draw another land. So we pass back to them, and then next turn we have Phantom / Shacklegeist. Old Growth Troll. Don't matter. They draw a card, but they can't block, so that's irrelevant. Another Curious Obsession. Jesus Christ. All right, so Phantom, trigger, Curious Obsession, a second one. Go to combat, swing, swing. Opponent takes 8, and we draw 2 extra cards. Draw. I guess this one on white, and then pass to them. And then it doesn't even matter if they play a blocker, because we just Shacklegeist, tap it down. Yep, we won. On to round number 2. Yeah, Spirits is an absolutely horrendous matchup for Nykthos. You can't block anything they play except for Pelucranos or Cavalier, but Cavalier's coming down later. They have counter spells, all their guys fly. Shacklegeist taps your team. They board into white exile-based removal that gets around all your death triggers. Like, it's just absolutely horrendous for the Nykthos deck. They will eventually Pelucranos or something. You don't really bolt the bird with Spirits, and times out of 10, I am holding my Witness Protection for a Reacher. But maybe that changes with blue-white because it doesn't run as many 1-drops and its curve is different. Yeah, but it's just like so bad. So being a paper Nykthos player myself, what I've come to learn is that all of this, so the deck is absolutely horrible against every single version of aggro, but particularly humans and spirits. And anything that you think is a counter to their deck, creatures that can block them, removal spells, even splashing into another color for removal, life gain, fog effects, none of that stuff matters. They will eventually just overrun you before you can actually set up your combo. So the actual counter to aggro decks is just to ramp faster. Just keep hands that have like double elf and just try to slam Cavalier on turn 3 or Storm on turn 3. On the draw for round 2, only 1 land, and unfortunately it's not as good as that other 1-land hand, so we're mulling this. Mulligan. All right, 2 lands, this is keepable. I'm not sure what I'm binning here. Maybe the second Shacklegeist, because it's redundant. So keep, yeah, let's bin the redundant card. Hallowed Fountain, shocked. Black Staff of Waterdeep, Ornithopter. All right, land go. So it's artifact, it's blue-white artifact synergy, so maybe it's blue-white and Soul, and they're playing Black Staff. So now they can turn Ornithopter into a 4/4. Yep, turn Ornithopter into a 4/4. All right, so Spectral Sailor, I'm not blocking, I'm just doing this now because I'm not going to do anything else. So, I don't have a second white, so let's play this on white. I think the move is just play Shacklegeist, tap that down, then play Invasion. All right, go. Yeah, I only ever lose against Nykthos when I get got by too much mana. So, Black Staff remained tapped, so it's still a 4/4. Ginger Brute, sure. Springleaf Drum. Yeah, sure. All right, so tap down Ornithopter. They're doing white at instant speed to give this an ability that they don't need to give it. Okay, sure. Take 1 from Ginger Brute. So play a land, and then we can either go Invasion, Attack Invasion, Flip Invasion, or Catilda. I think it's probably better to flip Invasion. So let's go, and also I can potentially take something out of their hand. So let's go Invasion, trigger, what do they got? Ensoul Artifact or Stone Coil. Stone Coil gives reach, so I probably want that. Although Ornithopter can also block. I don't care about Ensoul because I can just tap it. So yeah, all right. So Stone Coil, play Mausoleum Wanderer, go to combat, attack my invasion, cast Light Shield Array, end step, put counters on these guys. And then they can Ensoul their Ginger Brute, but I don't care. I take 9 and then I just win the game after that. Shacklegeist OP. Bomat Courier, and then use it to pay for Ensoul. Yeah, all right. So I'm not going to block any of this. We take 9, that's fine. Take 9, go to 6. All right, so I can play Catilda and then double tap, but they still have another guy. Catilda's a 5/5, or I can just hold Spell Queller up in case they cast anything, but they won't do anything pre-combat. So both of these attacks... Oh no, Catilda is flying. All right, so white, this one, Catilda. Trigger Wanderer. I don't think I attack here, although let's say I just tap down Ginger Brute, right? Then this still can't even attack into Catilda. So let's attack with one creature. So let's attack with Mausoleum Wanderer because it's our worst blocker. And then we go Shacklegeist, tap down, Brute, and then this can't attack still. So Light Shield, put a counter here, back to them. Spirits kind of has the Rakdos mid-range problem where just every card in the deck is super good, but unlike Rakdos, not anything is super obviously broken like Fable. Just nutty synergy. Also attacking with Mausoleum gives it a +1 counter, which further taxes it was the right play IMO. I disagree. I believe there is one card that is separate from all of that, and that card is Curious Obsession. All right, so they're just playing like Artifact Synergy, aggro deck, so we just want removal. Destroy Evil, I guess, also. Deck and Stone. So all the removal, and then probably Rattle Chains isn't good, although I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like they have that much removal. I mean, we didn't see any. They could have just not drawn it, or they could board into it. It is pretty important to keep Shacklegeist alive in this matchup. So I'm on the draw here, which means the Obsession plan isn't as good, but I don't think it's bad. Let's cut Slip Out. Let's cut... What else? Actually, Catilda's good, right? Yeah, board in another Catilda. Their stuff's also pretty cheap. Like, I don't know how good the counter spells are. They also throw down their stuff really early. So let's cut some of the counter spells. And invasions on the draw are not good. 1 Spectral Sailor, maybe 2 Spectral Sailors, or they don't really have like instants and sorceries, seemingly. Cut a Mausoleum Wanderer and one more thing, one of the Rattle Chains. Just like shave on a bunch of stuff. Do you think Curious Obsession could get banned, replaced by Combat Research, and be fine play pattern-wise, or just recurring draw is not poggers overall? I don't think it'll be banned, ever, in any format, and I think it is very bannable, and I think it and cards like Combat Research are just stupid. And it's specifically because they synergize with 1 mana evasion creatures. So you get these, like Spirits is not the first time this play pattern's existed. The deck existed as a mono blue deck in Standard before, where your opponent would just go, turn 1 evasion guy, turn 2 Curious Obsession, draw an extra card every single turn, and then just have counter spells for every single thing that you play for the rest of the game. It was miserable. Double Darker Wastes obviously isn't great, but this hand is keepable, so keep. All right, Blue-White Ensoul. I actually played that deck in 2019. Good old Terramander. Yeah. Bomat Courier. Go to 19. All right, well, we drew a not a hurt us land. So let's play this, play Mausoleum Wanderer, and I will snap block this if they attack with it again. Just cannot allow Bomat Courier to get out of hand. Although, is that correct? I do have Supreme Phantom next turn. I guess blocking it now prevents them from like growing it next turn. So there's a scenario where I don't block, and then next turn they just go like Ensoul it, and then I can't block it at all anymore. I guess I can Destroy Evil that even in that case, but I think I'm on the draw here, so I want to just want to basically have answers to whatever they're doing. All right, play this, play Supreme Phantom. I just want to get their stuff off the board because I think my late game's better than their late game since they're more of a synergy deck than we are. Portable Hole, eat our guy, sure. We can always Destroy Evil that. Ornithopter. Foretold a card. Well, if they just want to bounce a thing, that's fine. So let's play Catilda. All right, back to us. Ooh, I can play 2 Supreme Phantoms. That's pretty good. All right, Supreme Phantom number 1. Supreme Phantom number 2. And attack with Catilda. Swing. They're going to Shrap Blast this to kill Catilda. If so, they should tap Drum and not Spire of Industry. Shrapnel Blast on one of the Phantoms. Sure. So it's a 3/3 now. Why didn't they use Ornithopter to tap the Drum for red instead of hurting themselves? All right, whatever. Also, sacking the Ornithopter means they no longer have access to colors without hurting themselves with the Spire. All right, Destroy Evil only blows up enchantments, so I guess I'm just playing this and then attacking for 1. All right, back to you. Mycosynth Gardens. Spectral Sailor. All right. Spectral Sailor, combat, swing. They still haven't used their Foretold card. So maybe it's the 4 mana one that is... No, but that costs 2 after you foretell it, right? So why wouldn't they do it now? Crush the Weak. Deal 2 damage to each creature. If a creature dealt damage this way would die, exile it. Okay. Activate... Actually, no, they don't even have 3 mana to pay for this. All right. Geistlight Snare. All right. Beat, I guess, Jeskai Ensoul. On to round number 3. At least these Spirits matches go a lot faster. So I think Moto, going back to some of the stuff I've been saying earlier, it will improve your gameplay in terms of you will just play a lot more Magic than you can in paper usually. You will play against a bigger variety of decks than you will at your local game store. You will play against generally more experienced players, and you will play a lot more Magic. But it also worsens your gameplay in terms of a number of things. First of all, because it automatically remembers all of your triggers, if you play too much Moto or haven't had enough experience in paper, you can easily forget your triggers in paper. It's not an issue for me because I've played so much paper, but I know it's an issue for other people. It also causes you to, because you're not playing against an in-person human who you can actually see, and because the games have so much less on the line in general than your paper tournament in terms of like, if you lose a match, whatever, just jump into the next one immediately. You don't have to wait for the round to start. You're not winning physical paper cards or store credit or whatever. You're just winning more Moto digital fun bucks to spend on Moto. And because you have to manually pass priority, it incentivizes you to just like go, 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 hurry it up. Okay, pass, pass, pass. And it causes you to skip things that you shouldn't skip, to not think through lines, etc. I don't know. Maybe that's a me thing and it's not true for anyone else. All right, 6 lands is a mull. All right, I guess I keep this. I'm not going to go to 5. So keep, put back a Darker Waste, play Hallowed Fountain tapped, go. Humans? All right, humans. Blue, play Phantom. Kind of like the people who just grind multiple online poker tables at a time. I wouldn't know about that. So they can attack into me, so let's no blocks. Ooh, Shacklegeist as well. All right, I'm going to get multiple lords out at this point. So play this one, play Phantom, Emperor, or Wanderer. I think I just still don't attack, although this can block here, but these have better blocks than the Mausoleum Wanderer, so let's just pass. They can obviously have Brutal Cathar, which would be like the worst thing for us if they just Cathar a thing. Adeline's not too bad. All of their attacks suck, so yeah. Okay, so Shacklegeist, trigger this one. So we tap down Adeline and then we still have better blocks. So I think I just still don't attack them until I can set up more of a board. Hopeful Initiate, land, Recruitment Officer. All right, so tap down Adeline with these 2, pay the ward, and then all their attacks are still bad. So back to us. All right, land. Their board is getting kind of out of hand at this point though. Oh, what am I doing? I have to keep tapping Adeline down because I can never let that thing attack. I guess I can attack with Shacklegeist since Shacklegeist can't even block, and then I go Flash Rattle Chains in, tap. Because the Shacklegeist can't block anyway. I do want to hold Slip Out the backup though for a Brutal Cathar potentially. So I guess I just pass back to them. Another land. All right, combat. Let's tap down Adeline with a Phantom and Shacklegeist. Have to pay the ward. So tap Adeline down. And let's see if they make any attacks here. Swing. Okay, they are attacking with everything. Adeline triggers, Hopeful Initiate triggers. All right, so Flash and Rattle Chains. Let's target Shacklegeist in case they have a post-combat Brutal Cathar. And so resolve this. Mausoleum Wanderer becomes a 4/4. And then we go to blocks. So this can block here. This is a 3/3. What else am I blocking? I don't want them to have Recruitment Officer to just keep finding more creatures. So we need to block that. So block here and block here. Aganjo the Phantom. All right. Oh, that's so rough. So we're going to lose everything now? Yep. So bad. I was short of being able to use Slip Out the back. All right. So I guess I just keep blocking stuff, right? So keep tapping down Adeline, keep blocking. All right, go. So was the move there to just block 2 things, and then if they try to Aganjo Flash Rattle Chains in? It feels like, nah, I just had to play as though they didn't have it. Brutal Cathar. So targets that. So let's activate Shacklegeist, tapping down Adeline, and then slip Supreme Phantom, which unfortunately means that Mutavault's only a 2/2. Animate Mutavault. So I can block a human token and take how much? 7? All right, animate Mutavault, block a token. Another Shacklegeist. So I can Shacklegeist, tap down Adeline, and then I have 2 blockers, and then I'm still probably dead. All right, so Shacklegeist, go. So they just get to activate Shephet Dunes, although it's a sorcery speed, right? All right, so they don't get to activate Shephet Dunes. All right, tap down Adeline, tap, tap. And they can still animate Mutavault. Yep. And we're still dead, right? I can block 2 things and then I still take lethal. Yeah, all right. Okay, so post board, all the removal spells. Hole, Stone, Destroy Evil for Adeline, Skyclave Apparition, Invasion, out, Catilda in. What else is bad? They do have actually removal spells in their deck. So let's cut Slip Out. Let's cut Lofty Denial. Maybe? I don't know. What else? Shacklegeist really doesn't feel like I can actually tap their guys down long enough. I think I just need to go ham with aggro and then switch it back for the game 3. Oh, what else? All the removal. Spell Queller is still good. 1 Rattle Chains. I guess what the spells that I'm countering from them, I primarily need to hit Adeline and their exile guys. I'm inclined to just cut another Shacklegeist. All right, let's do that. All right, Curious Obsession plan, let's go. Keep, although I have no way of protecting it, so if they just have removal, then what can you do? Darker Wastes, pass. Land, back to us. All right, Spectral Sailor. Do I just slam it here? I don't think so. Because if they just untap, immediately cast a removal spell, I want to be able to, and I don't need to do it now. So let's shock this, play Phantom to pump our guy, and then swing here, and then we'll try to do it next turn, presumably. They may also have brought in Deckenstone, so I could use Wanderer to counter that. Coppercoat Vanguard. All right, so I'll do it now. Okay, Rattle Chains, I'm definitely doing it now. So Curious Obsession on this one. Combat, swing, swing. So trigger, yield to that, draw a card, play another land, and then pass with Rattle Chains up. Portable Hole. They can also just hold this Obsession and not the guy. All right, they are holding the guy, so Rattle Chains, target this one. All right, they've just conceded that. So now we're going to be on the draw. So the question is, do I change any of this? Counterspells are like even worse on the draw, though. I don't think I can ever tap down enough stuff with Shacklegeist that I can prevent them from swinging in. So I think it's more important to just have removal plus big blocking Catilda. Make sure they can't kill our guys with Brutal Cathar. Slip Out the back's a maybe. Wedding Announcement is good, is it? I thought Wedding Announcement was just for like the grindy matchups. If it is good, I don't know what in the world I cut. Do I just decide that like Curious Obsession isn't good on the draw and just forget it? Rattle Chains, Obsession, Wanderer. Wanderers are just terrible blockers. All right, let's do that. All right, this is fine. Obviously I need to draw the second white source for Skyclave, but otherwise it's fine. Opponent plays Shephet Dunes as their first land and nothing else. All right, Seachrome, Emperor, or Wanderer, go. Mutavault. Coppercoat Vanguard, back to us. Well, there's Curious, but I'm not going to do it. Maybe I do it. Maybe I actually am supposed to do it. I don't know. Nah, let's just play Phantom. Trigger this. Combat, swing here. And then back to them. Another Mutavault. So they're missing hard on their mana. 3-2, so I can block Coppercoat, but not anything else. Portable Hole, so they'll eat Phantom, sure. So we go to 15. Ooh, Portable Hole for that. I can also hole this hole and get my Phantom back, but it's probably better to just kill their guy, right? I can also Skyclave their guy. Now, I want to keep Skyclave in case they get like Adeline or Brutal Cathar, because that can eat it, but the hole can't. So that being the case, if I'm going to hold this turn, I should Obsession this turn. So combat, swing, trigger, draw a card, Rattle Chains. That is better than doing this, I think. All right, let's just pass. Hope for the nuts, got the nuts. Yeah. So they can just animate Mutavault and hit us for 5 again, but that's fine. If they hit us, I guess I Rattle Chains and block Coppercoat. Or no, I Rattle Chains and block Mutavault. Portable Hole. Yep, Rattle Chains time. So our guy is protected. No hole for you. And then if they hit us, if they attack, I'll block. Oh yeah, I get to block Mutavault. Excellent. No attack with the copper. No attack with, no attack. Yes attack. No. All right, block here. Gonjo. Okay, so now they're gonna hold the Obsession. Sure. So I can play Skyclave to get my Obsession back and hit them again. That seems pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. White, this one. Target this, and then put this here. Combat. Swing. Draw a card. All right, back to them. Adeline. Sure. Okay, so block the token. Oh no, the token's also a 2-1? All right, so just block here. They get a 1-1 illusion. That doesn't matter. Mutavault. All right, so let's go hole, get my Phantom back, and then combat, attack for 4. And then this is lethal next turn with any other spirit. Draw a card, Mutavault. All right, so let's math this out. They activate both Mutavaults and attack. They have Adeline probably just has to get blocked, right? So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. Adeline is lethal on its own. Adeline is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power creature. 3, 5, yeah, 6 power creature. So that's 13. I guess I can technically block 1. This makes a token, right? Yeah, so this makes a token, and then I can play Mutavault. So play Mutavault, play Wedding Announcement, then end step trigger, make a 1/1 to block. All right. All right, they've conceded. On to round number 4. All right, we're on the play for round 4. Double Wanderer, Spectral Sailor, but no other lands. This feels like a trap to keep. If I just don't draw lands and my only plays are another Wanderer, and then Spectral Sailor, that's just atrocious. So let's mull. All right, keep and put back what exactly? This hand obviously needs help. I can't even cast the Invasion, although I can't cast Spell Queller either. So what is the move here? I guess it's put Invasion back. All right, let's play Mutavault first because there's maybe a chance I attack them, although I doubt it. I'll probably just hold Lofty Denial up, but may as well just play this first. Mountain, Skirk Prospector. All right, so it's against Goblins. We can't even really Lofty anymore. Maybe we can, though. They have to, like, sack the Skirk to pay for it, which is fine. All right, play land and go, and then we can just have this as a potential block as well. All right, I guess I'll counter that, and then they have to use Skirk to pay for it if they want it to not get countered. Yep, all right, so they're paying for it. Okay, shock this in, go. So the only question is this red goblins or white goblins? Or black goblins or white goblins? I think I am supposed to block this, so let's just Queller that. And then they can obviously pay to trade, but then they're spending their turn paying to trade for it. Spell Queller, block here. So yeah, then they pay, but then they only have 1 mana left, so that probably uses their turn up unless they just play another 1-drop. Yeah, all right. So back to us. I guess I'm just passing with stuff up again. Another mountain. Snoop. All right, so option 1, Flash and Rattle Chains, then play Curious Obsession with Geistlight Snare up. Option 2, Geistlight Snare this now. Snoop being able to just cast one spell after another off the top seems pretty bad for me, so let's just shoot it now. Reckless Bushwhacker, sure, that's fine. Shacklegeist, all right, so let's just keep passing with Rattle. Maybe I go Shacklegeist now, next turn Curious plus Rattle Chains Protection. That's probably better. All right, so Shacklegeist, go. Just need to get this Obsession plan going. All right, can't block. Take another 2, go to 14. Den of the Bugbear, no other plays. All right, Curious Obsession, go to combat. Swing. Looks like they don't have anything either, somehow, despite the fact that they have all these lands. Draw a card. All right, pass back to them. Fireblade Charger. Okay. Bushwhacker. All right, I probably have to block. I don't think I can afford to take all this damage, although I'm missing the second white for Catilda's the problem. So let's go Rattle Chains, protect Shacklegeist, then block the biggest one. All right, back to us. Okay, combat, swing, draw a card, not a white source. So let's see. Play another Shacklegeist, hold Slip Out the backup. Play Shacklegeist, and go. Ramunap Ruins. Animate Den of the Bugbear. All right, so animate Mutavault, and then tap this down. So we take some damage, we go to 7. All right, basically just have to draw the extra white source. So combat, swing, I have 2 potential blocks, so it's 1 potential block. I'd have to animate both of them to do it, though. It also depends on what we draw. All right, so swing here, damage, draw a card. Still not another white source, although it is another spirit. So back to them. This can't actually kill this. Another mountain, animate den. All right, so Flash and Spectral Sailor. Actually, let me cancel that. I want to be able to block this guy. That's, So animate Mutavault, and then we're 100% tapping this down. So the only question is what things am I tapping it down with? All right, Flash and Sailor. Tap this. Okay, they tapped in response. Fizzle the mana. All right, animate this, and then we'll block here and here. And that means when this dies, the trigger can just shoot that, but that's fine. Cacophony Scamp. All right, so they just have nothing. Although we are effectively at essentially 5 life because of Ramunap Ruins. Otawara. All right, I still can't attack with this Shacklegeist, so swing just with this one. Draw a card. Another Geistlight Snare. So I can Otawara bounce this back to their hand, and then it takes them a whole turn to replay it. Although, no, I have to do it immediately, right? I actually also have to animate this Mutavault, so I'm not going to have an opportunity to do this. So, yeah, let's just play this as a land for the turn, and then pass. So I have to keep tapping this down. Animate Den. All right, animate Mutavault, then tap this, and they can just attack us for 1, which is fine. They're not attacking. Skirk Prospector. I can actually counter that. So Geistlight. So this is 3, 5. All right, let's slip out the back here. And then if I draw any way of getting Cacophony Scamp off the board, then I can deal them lethal. All right, they're just conceding to that. So Goblins, Portable Hole, Aether Gust, Deck and Stone. They have a lot of X1s, which means Wedding Announcement's actually good. Skyclave, Catilda, basically everything. Like almost everything. Bad. We're on the draw. This, the Invasions, the Lofty Denials. I assume they're going to go wide most of the time, so usually this isn't going to be good. X1s that block poorly also are bad. Slip out the back is a maybe card. Now let's cut that. Maybe something like this. All right, let's run that. On the draw versus Goblins. This hand seems okay if a bit slow. Den of the Bugbear. Cacophony Scamp. All right, Seachrome, go. We will snap block this. Swing, Spectral Sailor, block, and they deal 1 to us. That's fine. Battlecry Goblin. All right, we get to ambush that as well. So Island, go. Maybe it is just mono red Goblins. Legion Loyalist. Oh no, if they get another attacker, then they get to trigger it. Okay, good. Flash in Rattle Chains. Then block Battlecry Goblin. Snoop. Oh, I don't have the second white source. So I'm pretty sure the correct move is not play Wedding Announcement. It's just hold Spell Queller up. Yeah, let's pass with Spell Queller up. Rundevelt Horde Master. Definitely wanted to hold up Spell Queller. Play Spell Queller on that. They're just getting another land. Fireblade Charger. And then they don't have any good attacks. Ooh, I can Curious this as well. What am I doing after that? I still have Geistlight up, and then I can potentially draw another land for Wedding Announcement, or I can just play Wedding Announcement. They're also drawing a land, which means they will have the mana for Den of the Bugbear, which means if I don't find another land, then that's terrible. All right, let's just play Wedding Announcement. So end step trigger, make a guy. Back to them. Battlecry off the top. No. All right. Well, this is going to get bad. So my attacks are pretty bad here, or my blocks are pretty bad here, right? This deals damage equal to its power when it dies. So I go Spell Queller on Legion Loyalist, and then this can't block. Just swinging here. I guess I get to freely block this token. And then we take 6. All right, there's the other white land. So probably have to snap kill this, right? And then still hold up Geistlight Snare. Although it's getting less and less useful with all these lands that they're drawing. All right, white, white, this one. Skyclave, kill Battlecry Goblin. Maybe I am supposed to cast Curious Obsession at this point. I do need to like pull, they're pulling ahead more than we are. Now let's just hold up Geistlight for one more turn. Another token. And then next turn this flips over. Snoop off the top. Skirk Prospector off the top. Oh my god, Chain Whirler off the top. Okay, we have to counter this. Or else they can just pay Chain Whirler. So counter that. Although they drew a land, right? That they haven't played yet. Yeah, Chain Whirler off the top. We lose our human tokens. And Rending Volley's coming up. Jesus. So this, and then we have no good blocks anywhere. That's not true. This can block Legion Loyalist, but that's it. Yeah. So they just get a 2/2, right? Now, it's still better. It's better to have more creatures for Catilda and Wedding Announcement. So, although Rending Volley's a problem, I don't know what we're going to do. All right. No blocks. Go to 8. Portable Hole on one of the Snoops. Rending Volley off the top is just such an issue. I can't outgrow. So Curious Obsession on anything is bad right now. I also can't Catilda and Hole in the same turn. So if I play Catilda, it is a 1, 2, 3, 4 power creature and gets killed by Rending Volley. If I Curious Obsession this, then that gets killed. So yeah, I don't know what to do here. I make another guy. This flips, oh no, because this flips over, right? And then it's a 6 power creature? Okay, yeah. So white, white, blue, play Catilda. And then there's no reason to Curious Obsession anything. I guess I could attack with Queller and Curious this thing, but that also seems not great either. So let's just pass. Then end of turn, we make a token, and this flips over, and our board's bigger. And then they have Rending Volley. All right, Runevelt off the top, into Skirk Prospector off the top, into Squee off the top, Jesus Christ. And they still have Rending Volley mana. And Battlecry Goblin? Holy crap. All right, well, we lose. So now the Skirk can just, you know, do its old skirking thing. Yep, and then they get Runevelt back. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's just concede this. We're not winning. So let's see. I think going late here is a mistake. Let's just... I guess Aether Gust's still okay. Now, Aether Gust's not even that good. Let's just all in on the aggro plan. So Invasion back in, Curious back in, Wandering Guy back in. They go wide, this is irrelevant. Wanderer back in. Slip out the back, protects from Rending Volley. They don't have that much removal though, and we do have Rattle Chains and Invasion potentially. I think I want Wanderer over Spectral. Let's do that. On the play. Wow, this hand's kind of crap. We have ability to eat something plus Rattle Chains, but then we just have no gas to actually get off the ground with 5 lands. Let's mull. All right, this is better. So am I chucking Skyclave or Queller? I need Skyclave in case I need to pick off Snoop or Battlecry Goblin or something, but... So maybe Geistlight Snare is actually the thing to put back in this position. Yeah, let's put Geistlight Snare back. I don't even have an enchantment anyway. Opponent mulls to 5. All right, so Seachrome, Mausoleum Wanderer, and pass. Cacophony Scamp, back to us. All right, so I'm 100% playing Rattle Chains, so let's just do it now to pump, because I'm not going to block either. So yield to this, go to combat, swing, land. What instant or sorcery would I counter with Wanderer? I can't counter Rending Volley, so I think nothing else. Take 1, Cacophony Scamp, and then they can shoot Rattle Chains, but that's what's fine. They're just not using it? Yeah, all right. Can't this target anything? Yeah. Skirk. Oh, so they're going to sack it to kill something, and then... Gotcha. I guess that's a reason not to Rattle Chains in here, but, like, they're just not going to use it either. Okay. So... Combat? If they sack and kill a guy, I'm fine with that. Swing, swing. The only question is, do I want to Skyclave this Skirk? And I don't think I do. Alright, just hold up Spell Queller and Geistlight Snare or Skyclave. Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. Alright, let's counter that. They could have Rending Volley as well. If they have Rending Volley, they have to sack a thing, but that's no issue for them. Let's just snare this. They can't pay for it with Skirk. This is going to get worse as the game goes on and they assemble more goblins. So swing here, we take 2, go to 17, and they didn't do this last turn, so I don't see why they would do it now. All right, so another land, so let's go combat. So now I'll just Queller anything they play. Swing, swing, play this tapped, and go. Rending Volley, which we can actually counter with Queller, so let's do that. Obviously, if they have another one, then we get super blown out, but what can we do? So we eat that. All right, they did have a second Rending Volley. What can you do? Although that leaves them with just 1 card in hand, so like we're in a decent position. Trigger, they're not going to use it. So the problem is if I play Skyclave and target Skirk here, then they just sack in response to kill Wanderer, but I can't do anything else. So I guess it's better to hit them first and then do it, because they'll just sack in response anyway. Maybe. All right, so attack with Wanderer, swing, and then play Skyclave, target Skirk Prospector. All right, they just allowed it to go through. I'm surprised by that. So play land, pass. So they can attack and then we can block, and then it dies and they trigger and they target Skyclave. But so maybe I just don't do it. They can kill Mausoleum Wanderer. I need this to block Den, maybe. I don't know. They're losing the race right now. So yeah, it just hits us. We go to 14. All right, they are using it to kill Wanderer. 1 card. Well, we're not drawing anything either. So swing with Skyclave. Plays another Scamp and Bushwhacker. So that's what they were holding on to. All right. And then they can sack it and kill the Skyclave off if they want. Yep. And then they get a token. And then we have a whole lot of nothing going on. All right, time to draw actual cards. I guess that is technically an actual card. So land, go. If they animate this Den, I block that. I can't just keep taking damage here. I'm going to lose the race. So let's just go Rattle Chains, then block Bushwhacker. The alternative is to not do that in case I draw Curious Obsession or something, but then I'm not even getting that until the next turn anyway. Skirk Prospector, another land. All right, back to them. This is pretty bad here, right? The six spells to 7 lands. It's a pretty terrible ratio. All right, take 2 down to 7. Snoop and Battlecry. All right, we lose the game now. Another Snoop on top. Portable Hole. So I have to hold the Battlecry Goblin, and then we're still taking lethal. Yeah, we're dead. All right, well, we just got flooded there. So on to round number 5. All right, we are on the play for the 5th round. We only have 1 land, so as cool as this hand is, we have to mull it. Opponent reveals Giganta. All right, much better. We do have an Obsession plan, so keep put back. I don't want to chuck a land. I'm going to put back Shacklegeist. Shacklegeist? Yeah, let's put back Shacklegeist. So play Otawara and pass the turn. Temple Garden, tapped. All right, flash out, Spectral Sailor. All right, well, we're doing this. Curious Obsession, combat, swing, trigger, draw a card. All right, we're shields down. Do they have removal? Plains. They do not have removal. Sylvan Caryatid. All right, so I don't want to play Phantom because I want to hold up counters. So swing, draw a card, Mutavault. All right, play Mutavault. Pass with counters up. So presumably this is a BTL deck, I think. Mountain. Yeah, all right, so Queller that. So now I get to have Phantom plus Lofty Denial up. So Phantom, combat, swing here, trigger to draw a card, Geistlight Snare, play a land, go. Another expensive card. Let's use Geistlight. Even though it's cheaper, they may have enough mana to pay for it at some point. Who knows? I think we're just going to win though, right? We just have lethal next turn with Phantom. Yeah, all right. So it's Omnath BTL dot deck, so Gust. What else? I guess Destroy Evil kills Omnath. Do I even want that though? So they're just a go way over the top value deck, so we don't care about Catilda. Catilda's back mode is just itself, right? As an aura. Probably don't need Shacklegeist in this matchup either. So we, in all likelihood, just need to be wary of sweepers, BTL type stuff. I don't think Wedding Announcement's good here. I think we're just supposed to be all in aggroing them out. So submit that. This hand's pretty bad. Let's mull that. This hand has no lands. Let's mull that. This hand has only one land. Doesn't even have a Curious Obsession to draw into. Going to 4 seems terrible, but I don't think we can keep this either. I basically have 2 shots to draw land, and if I miss, I lose. But going to 4 is also horrible. All right, keep, throw away, Phantom, and Queller. Sparrow's Headquarters. No second land, so let's pass. Tap Jet Mirrors. All right, cast Spectral Sailor. And hopefully we hit a land. We did not hit a land. So we're just going to Mausoleum Wanderer and then attack. Swing. Opponent goes to 19. Back to them. Mountain. Chain to the rocks. Nothing we can do about that. Takes Mausoleum Wanderer. Back to us. All right, second land. So let's do Invasion. Trigger. Landline Binding and Omnath. They didn't cast Binding in response. Binding costs 2. So if I pick... So I should probably just pick Omnath then. Yeah, because they get to Binding next turn anyway, even if I take it. So I guess we just take Omnath. Go to combat, attack my battle, and then they'll just bind it. Bind our dude. That's fine. Back to them. Plays a forest. Gigantha into hand. All right, back to us. Play blue here, and then we just pass with... Yeah, pass with counter spells up. Plays another land. Plays Gigantha. We will Spell Pierce, or Force Spike this, basically. So back to us. All right, land. And then if they just go land Omnath, I can exactly pierce it or spike it. But if not, then I have to Geistlight Snare something. But it's probably better to just start hitting Invasion right now while I can. So animate Mutavault, combat, attack, Invasion. All right, back to them. Courier's Briefcase, sure. Makes a human token. Plays a tap land. Then it's back to us. So now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Omnath costs 6, so they'll have... So I will be able to Geistlight it if I don't animate the Mutavault right now. So yeah, just pass it back to them. White and green, Sylvan Caryatid. These are quickly becoming not useful anymore. Plays Fable. Yeah, and now the Omnath is out of range. All right, so our plan is Curious Obsession .plan. So back to them. They're fetching now. Okay. Oh, they can activate the Courier's Briefcase to draw cards. 3, 7, 8. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which they can pay for even if I try to counter it. So, yep, that resolves. A Sylvan Caryatid. Yep, that resolves. Plays another land tapped. So they have 1 unknown card in their hand and this in exile. All right, flash in Rattle Chains. Another Invasion, eh? Okay. So let's go. I guess Invasion doesn't change what I'm doing. So Invasion, see what they have. Trigger, their hands are still land. So then Curious Obsession here. Go to combat. Attack the Invasion that has 3 counters on it. Hits, triggers, cast this side. Then go to my end step. Trigger this. So all of these are basically almost useless at this point because they have so much mana. This card's the Stomping Ground and another land. Swing here. Take 3, makes a treasure. Casts Omnath with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, so I can't counter it. So yep, that resolves. Another land, tapped, triggering Omnath. Then back to us. All right, so now I just need to hit them because I need to pull a head out of here. So combat, swing with Rattle Chains at them. Then Obsession trigger, draw. Well, Shacklegeist is a thing. So play this, play Shacklegeist. Oh, I needed to not tap blue out. I'm stupid. All right, well, I still have this. I'm almost certainly just gonna animate this to stop them from attacking with the Shaman anyway, so I guess it's fine. And like these can't counter Jack anyways. Ooh, and Fable Passage, so they're gonna get mana and life. All right, animate this. I guess their mana production count really doesn't matter at this point. I should just tap Omnath down so I'm taking less damage. So these two attack, we go to 11, and then back to us. They didn't even play anything. Mutavault doesn't have any. I guess Mutavault can attack, and then the light shields will improve it. And then I take 4, 6, 7, 9 on the backswing. All right, animate Mutavault, go to combat, attack them with this, attack the invasion with this, and attack them with this. And they either just block here, take no damage, or they block with reflection, but they're not going to do that. But then I will get double counters on this from the second invasion flip. So cast second light shield array, draw a card with rattle chains, another Curious Obsession. So I do get to keep both up. So I guess my move is to actually cast Curious Obsession here for right now. Then pass, and then both of these go off. And my team's very big. And I can survive this hit and then reassess next turn. Second Omnath, sure. Trigger, Legend Rule, keep the one that can attack. So they're just like trying to draw another card, I guess. Land gains life. Reflection copies the Shaman token. So attacks here, we go to 2. And they just don't have anything else to do here. So, okay, back to us. So they're still at 22, so we can't do anything. So I have to attack with this to keep drawing. So I have to block this, and the other token, right? Yeah. So play Phantom, go to combat, swing here, and then Obsession triggers, draw a card, Queller. So Mausoleum Wanderer. All right, so pass to them, Light Shield Arrays, make this an 11-10 Rattle Chains. And then I go Flash and Queller to block. So Flash and Queller, and I can tap Omnath and block the Shamans. Or I can just block 3 creatures. I can just block 3 creatures and sack Light Shield Array to give them all indestructible. Copy the Shaman. So maybe I wasn't supposed to cast Wanderer, because I could have just animated Mutavault, had that block. Deafening Clarion, creatures you control gain lifelink, but that's the only mode. I guess I'm supposed to counter that. Yeah, all right, so Spell Queller, so triggers, eat this, and then I have 3 blockers, and I go to 1 from the token if they attack. Yeah, trigger. So blocks are, something's dying to Omnath. Actually, no, nothing's dying to Omnath, because I'm just sacking Light Shield Array. So block here, block these tokens, sack Light Shield Array to get Hex, to get Indestructible. Leyline Binding in response, sure. What does it hit? That. So on the crackback, I have lethal damage with Rattle Chains plus Shacklegeist plus, let's see, they can gain 4 with Fabled Passage and go to 17. And then I have 11, 16, like I have more than lethal, right? No, I guess this going away loses that. So are they trying to bait me into doing this now? So this goes away. I eat both of their Shamans. I go to 1. They haven't played a land yet, right? So if the last card in their hand's a land and they have Fabled Passage to fetch, they can go up to 21. And then the Supreme Phantom's dead, which means I attack for 10, 14, 15, 17, and it's not lethal. All right, so let's pop this. All right, we got there. So that was Blue-White Spirits. Pretty straightforward. This deck was more enjoyable to play than I thought it would be. I think it's because that outside of the Curious Obsession nut draw stuff, there is actually a lot of thinking that goes into how to sequence your spells, whether you flash stuff in or not. Overall, though, pretty interesting. From what I've seen of the various Spirits variants, it feels like the Coco variants have this issue of like the mana base just becomes really bad when you're having all 3 colors, and that just access to Coco isn't worth that. As for the difference between blue-white and mono-blue, they're pretty close. Mono-white gives you obviously some of these good cards like Invasion and Spell Queller and a lot of sideboard stuff. But I don't think it's like drastically better or worse than mono-blue. Mono-blue also has more staying power because you get to play like Faceless Haven and whatnot. So yeah, that is Spirits.